Today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of living in Manor, Texas. This is going to be a great video. There's a lot to cover, so let's jump in. My name is Connor Olson. This is the Living in North Austin YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about relocating to the Austin area, whether it's in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out. My contact info is right there. Let's talk about Manor. So first thing you need to know about Manor is it's spelled like Manor, M-A-N-O-R, but it's pronounced Manor. So if you call it Manor around town, that's a dead giveaway that you're not from here. So Manor, Texas is located northeast of Austin. It's about 12 miles from downtown Austin. It's one of the closest suburbs to Austin, and we're gonna be looking at all the good and the bad of this city. The first pro about Manor, Texas is the affordability. The home prices in Manor are a lot lower than the metro by large and specifically the city of Austin. In August of 2024, the median priced home in the whole metro sold for $442,000 versus in Manor it sold for $363,000. So that's about $80,000 cheaper from the whole metro. So that takes into account all of the suburbs. If you look at Manor versus Austin itself, you're going to be looking at more like a $120,000 price difference. So just a lot cheaper, more affordable housing is located in Manor than the city of Austin specifically and a lot of the other suburbs. One thing I found interesting when I was researching this video is there's a big discrepancy in Manor of existing homes for sale versus brand new construction. There's about 3 times as much inventory of existing homes for sale versus new construction. So there's a lot more homes for sale. They sit on the market longer and they end up getting a much bigger price decrease than the new construction ones. One of the reasons for this is the existing homes for sale are very close to the brand new construction homes for sale. They're maybe 5 to 10 years older, and the new construction homes are offering a lot better incentives to buy the property. For example, I got an email this morning of a builder in Manor that's offering a 3.5% interest rate. Take that versus today's interest rate of 6.2%. You know, that's gonna be probably $300-400 a month that you're gonna save by getting a brand new house that might even cost more versus getting a home that is 5, 10, 15 years old. So that's definitely one of the reasons why we are seeing a lot more homes sit on the market that are existing. There are a lot more homes for sale, and also they're having a much bigger price drop. On average in August, they sold for 9% below their asking price, which is a huge difference from just the whole metro market in general at around 4%. Second pro of Manor, Texas is the proximity to Austin. Like I said, it's about 12 miles away, which is significantly closer than a lot of the other suburbs. Most of the other suburbs are going to be 20-ish miles out. So this is definitely one of the closest, which is really convenient if you live in Manor and you have to commute to Austin. The third pro is going to be the growth of Manor. So a ton of growth is happening. Like I said, there's a lot of new homes being built. There's new businesses that are going up in the area. There's a lot of development going on throughout the whole city. So that's definitely a big pro. There's some cons associated with it that we'll get to later in this video, but just seeing growth in a city is generally good. It's better than seeing decline in a city. So that's definitely a big pro of Manor, is there's a lot of development coming to it. Manor also recently ranked 4th fastest growing city in the country, which is nuts. So that's definitely something very unique. It's growing so fast right now. Our fourth pro is going to be employment opportunities. So like I said, there's a lot of development coming to Manor, and there's also a lot of development coming to the surrounding suburbs. You might have heard of Tesla putting in their manufacturing plant. Well, that's about a 15-minute drive from Manor. You might have heard of Samsung putting in a new chip manufacturing plant. Well, Well, that's about a 15-minute drive from Manor. And if you wanted to commute to Austin to work, it could be anywhere from a 10 to 25-minute commute, depending on where you're going, what traffic's like, things like that. So convenience to economic opportunities is definitely a big pro that you're going to find if you lived in Manor. The fifth pro is going to be a diverse community. Manor is one of the most diverse populations in the whole metro. So there's a lot of different people from economic background, racial backgrounds that are moving to Manor, and it's very unique compared to some of the other suburbs where there's not a lot of diversity. It's kind of plain. So that's definitely going to be your last pro here of relocating to the Manor area. Okay, let's jump into the cons of moving to Manor. So the first is going to be the traffic. Like I said, Manor is very close. It's not very far, 15 to 25 minutes to get to downtown. That is without traffic, but because there's a large population in Manor and there's not great way to get to Austin, that results in a lot of traffic and a lot of backup. So definitely, if you're thinking about moving to Manor, you need to think about where you're going to be working, what time you need to get to work, where you're going to be traveling frequently and at what times, because if those are not aligned, you might be stuck in traffic pretty frequently. The second con is going to be limited amenities. So Manor is still growing rapidly and there's not a ton of commercial businesses located in Manor. So if you're looking for, more unique dining options or shopping options, for those things, you're really gonna have to go to Austin. There are, local restaurants, there's chains throughout Manor, but if you're looking for something a little more local, authentic, your best bet is probably still gonna be just traveling to Austin. The third con is going to be the school district. So Manor has a reputation of not having the best school district. They don't have great ratings on niche.com. They have some pretty low ratings on the Texas-wide state exams for, like reading efficiency. So their school district has performed poorly compared to the surrounding suburbs of Austin. So if you have young kids, that's definitely something to think about is, what school are they going into specifically? And then what is the current district like that they're going to be zoned for? Con number 4 is going to be the rapid growth of Manor. So like I said, it has been growing like crazy recently. To some people, it's been growing a little bit too rapidly. It puts strain on different parts of the infrastructure. Like I said, there's a really long commute time to get to Austin, and that's mostly because there's just not a major highway that is very efficient to get from Manor to Austin. So that's one thing to know. Another infrastructure that is strained is their school systems. Like I mentioned before, they have a lot of families that are moving there, and they don't have the tax revenue to properly keep up with the increased population in their school districts. So some might argue that population growth has led to a decline in the education quality over the past decade or two that Manor's been rapidly growing. It's also, to some, has lost the charm of its small town feel. Back in the year 2000, it had a population of 5,000 people. So now it's growing rapidly and, kind of feels more suburban, kind of more plain. It has like the big companies. There's not like local chains, it's just big chains. So all those have led to people saying that it feels less like a small town and more just like a suburb. Con number 5 is going to be the public transit. There's not a great public transit system in Manor, so your best bet is to have a car. You can get around on the major roads through bus, but it's not super efficient. It's not as robust as Austin, let's say. So if you're moving to the area, just assume that you need a car. It's very likely that that's going to be the easiest way to get around town. Con number 6 is going to be rising property prices. So everywhere in Austin has seen an increase in property values over the past 10 years. We have a large influx of people moving in. We're still the second fastest growing metro in the United States. So with that influx of people, they are rapidly building homes, especially in Manor, but a lot of times that can't keep up with the demand of people needing to move to Manor or just the surrounding areas. So property values have gone up, rents have gone up, and they're really trying to reduce that as much as possible. The city of Manor currently has plans to build over 17,000 housing units, and that's a mix of apartments all the way up to homes. So they're really trying to limit this and trying to keep those prices steady, but we'll see where those come online. We'll see, how the market takes that. But right now, property values and rental values have gone up significantly since pre-pandemic numbers. Con number 7 is going to be the Manor City Parks. I recently read the report by the city office about, they did a survey of the current residents of, what they thought about the parks, and the majority of the results were saying that the parks were limited. They didn't offer a ton of variety of things to do with the parks, and that they were typically in disrepair. So they're actively trying to improve the park system, and that's what this city's the city office outlined. It expanded on what they're planning on doing in the future, but as for right now, the park system is not the best. There are some other suburbs around town that have a lot better park system than Manor currently does. So I hope that they will change this. They have some great looking plans of how they plan to change this over the next coming, I believe it was a 10-year plan. So hopefully those get implemented and that they improve the quality of their parks in the city. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about the other suburbs around Austin, check out my channel. I have videos on all of the other suburbs around town. So a lot of your questions will be answered by just checking out some of those videos. My contact info is right there. If you have any questions about Manor or the surrounding areas, feel free to give me a call or send me an email. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.